Hey guys, today we're back with another product review. And today on the channel we're going to be reviewing the Grand Power Stribog SP10A3 10mm carbine. Stay tuned for this one. Alright guys, we're back. Once again today, like I said, we're going to be reviewing the Grand Power 10mm Stribog. This is the SP10A3 if I'm not mistaken. It is a somewhat roller delayed 10mm PCC. So before we go ahead and get started with it, let's go ahead and make sure it's safe. We do have a loaded magazine here, but I just went to loaded that to show you all some capacity, stuff like that. We'll keep that out of the way while we are reviewing this. And we will show off everything that comes with it from factory right here as well. So let's go ahead and set this to the side. Before we get started though, guys, very special thank you to Global Ordnance. Not only did they send us the Grand Power Stribog in 10mm to review for you all, but they also provided the channel with 500 rounds of 10mm. So neither of them is too cheap to have, so I sure do appreciate them. You can use the link in the description below and it'll take you straight to their website. If it was not for them, we would not be able to review this firearm here nor shoot it near as much as we did, because 500 rounds of 10 can get pretty expensive. So, and not only that though, they sent us a gun as well, which, you know, runs about $1,200–1,300. So pretty good amount there. So once again, a very special thank you to Global Ordnance for sponsoring the ammunition and the firearm in today's review. So let's go ahead and get started. So it does come with three 20-round translucent mags from factory. Right here is the one that is loaded. You can see we do have it loaded with Liberty Defense hollow points and some full metal jackets in top. Here is the other two magazines, as you can see here. It does come with a Picatinny end plate here, as you can see. We do have the SB Tactical brace on the back of it. Currently, as we are filming this right now, that is still legal. So if you all see this in the future, if it gets released at a certain point to where it's no longer legal, just know this was filmed during the legal time to where the brace was in the Supreme Court case, whatever else you want to say. So it does come with a Picatinny rail on the back for attaching any type of stocks once you've SBR'd this, or braces, or whatever else you want to put on it. Let's get this bag. You get the owner's manual, lock up for the trigger mechanism, and that's pretty much it. The box itself is a kind of a hard plastic, has metal latches here though, so that's a nice touch to it. And you can close it up and lock it here. It looks like a little briefcase. So pretty nice case that comes with it. Let's go ahead and set it over to the side. And we will check out the Stribog. Once again, it is safety checked, as we can see here. Here is what it looks like with a 10-round magazine. Looks pretty good. Or not 10, correction, 20-round magazine. Go ahead and unload that and check. It does have one round in it. This one has a full loaded 20. So this right here is fully unloaded. Go ahead and seat it. So, starting from tip to butt, we do have a threaded barrel up here. It does not come with any type of flash hider or muzzle device from factory, but it is threaded. We did shoot this suppressed as well, so we will talk about that later on. Moving on back a tad bit, we do have a charging handle here on the left-hand side that you can change from left to right-hand side. So depending on which one you want to do, you can have it that way. You have a Picatinny rail all across the top of it, and this is a monolithic upper, so it doesn't matter how far out you put it, you will be able to have a good place to put your optics, whatever else, because it's not going to be able to loosen up or anything like that, so I like that about it. You do have a Picatinny rail down here on the bottom as well. Kind of weird, most of the time either you see Picatinny on top and M-lock all around, or you see Picatinny on top at the 9, 6, and 3 o'clock position, but this one here has Picatinny on the bottom and M-lock on the sides. It's fine. I mean, I would probably rather had it with M-lock on the bottom, just because I've got more M-lock accessories now than I do Picatinny, but it doesn't matter because I still got plenty of Picatinny accessories as well. Moving on back to the right-hand side, as you can see here, there's no dust cover or anything like that, just a pretty clear view into the bolt. Go ahead and lock it back. On this left-hand side here, you do have a bolt release and a bolt catch, sort of like an AR-15. You can close the bolt using this right here. It is pretty hard to close it with a magazine in the firearms. Let's go ahead and discharge that just a little bit. And there you go, it will close. And if you want to hold it open, as you can see here, push it with your thumb, let it go, and the bolt is held open, so pretty nice. Magazine releases on this is pretty standard for an AK-47 type of ordeal, where you have the release here. It does shoot out, so I like that about it. We did do a few reloads with loading it up like here, pow, 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 shoot to empty, hit it, drops, load it back up, drop the bolt. So pretty interesting type of mag release there. You also do have a button type of release, but if I had to say, this button is pretty much useless. The way that they have this designed is that whenever you push the button in, the button also rotates while you're applying pressure, and I can't, it takes a lot of power to hit that magazine release, because like I said, it's spinning while you are pushing. So if you are interested in using that, I would say that's a pretty big con of this gun, is that the magazine push button release sucks pretty bad. But now the actual flap release, it's not bad at all, and I like it. Moving on back, once again, we are empty to the trigger. The trigger in this is mil spec. That's about all that you can say about it. It's nothing special. Release is just like a mil spec AR-15. It's you know, a normal mil spec trigger, about 5 pounds. It's not too bad, I don't guess, but it's not something that you're going to hit a land speed record with. Safety on this is ambidextrous, and it is very tactile. As you can hear there, I like it. You can sweep it on with your thumb, sweep it off with your knuckle on your pointer finger. So I actually like that safety switch a lot. Works pretty well. Here on the back, we do have the SP tactical folding brace. So you can fold this up and still shoot it like that. But if I'm not mistaken, it will probably cause malfunction, because it does cover the release port pretty well. I'm about for certain it would probably cause malfunction with how we have it set up right now. If you set this up opposite and made it close to the left, it would probably work a lot better. Grip on it is actually made into the lower. You cannot take the grip off. You cannot change it. That being said, though, it is a pretty 90-degree grip, and I like it. It feels more comfortable than an A2 AR-15 grip, so I like that. Would I change it? It's fine. I mean, it's not the best grip, but it's nowhere near the worst. It's better than a normal grip, if I had to say, so I like it. I wish it would have had a way to change it, though, to where something to something I prefer better, but it's not too bad. So, getting on to the shooting portion of the review, we did have the EOTech EXPS3-0 mounted to it the entire time, and using our pec muscle here, using our cheek here, but not shouldering it. Shot really well. I was actually impressed with how well it shot. I was expecting it to have a lot more recoil, especially it being 10mm and us shooting pretty hot 10mm loads. The 10mm we was using is the or Celeron Bellet 10mm, as you can see here. I'm trying to look at the specs of it. If I do recall correctly, Celeron Bellet does better than a 40 cal 10mm load. It's not quite a MagTech or a 6R load, but it is pretty decent. It's not a watered down 10, but it's not a powerful Full Metal Jacket 10 either. But the recoil on it was pretty good. I mean, I have felt 9mm PCC direct blowback carbines, especially like the Scorpion. That Christian Arms, I think, is the one we shot and reviewed. I don't even know if I released that video or not, but it was a 9mm PCC direct blowback, and this had less recoil than both the Scorpion and that Christian Arms 9mm PCC. So I like that about it. It still had a decent amount more recoil than in my MP5, but it was nothing too severe. We will get into a little bit of cons I have with the gun a little bit later, and that's another big talking point that we'll have is other things that probably will be a little bit more useful, this gun. But with the way we're going right now, if you want a 10mm PCC, I think that this one is the best one on the market. I haven't yet to shoot a, let's see here, the Vector in 10mm yet. Everybody says that they work pretty well, don't get me wrong, but I have yet to shoot it. But now I can't see it being too much better than this. The only thing in 10mm I could see actually having less recoil than this setup here would probably be an MP510, and HK Ralph is about the only one that can make that. So unless you want to pay $10,000 for that, this would probably be about the best route to go. Like I said, guys, that being said, it was a great shooting pistol. The charging handle is non-reciprocating, so I love that about it. I had a good purchase on it the entire time with this commando type of grip, I guess you would say, this angled forend. But it was a fun rifle to shoot, and I really did enjoy it. So if you're interested in getting a 10mm PCC because you love 10, and believe me, I love 10mm, this right here would probably be the best one on the market for me to advise you to get. One of the only cons, or some of the cons that I can see, is that it's only 10 or 20 round magazines. I do think that they could have put a little bit longer of a magazine to either had 25 or 30. I know that some people would say, well, that's perfect, 20 rounds is fine. It is, don't get me wrong, but whenever you have the SP10A3 and it's got 25 rounds because it's using a HK type of 45 round stick, I just don't see why you couldn't have made this a 25 or 30 round mag, because 20 rounds of 10mm, it's nothing to mess around with, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I would like for it to have just a little bit higher of a capacity, because you could still have got plenty of rounds in there and not have to extend it too much longer. Truthfully speaking, we did look into that a little bit, and we did cut the follower up a little bit on one of these. We did get it to 25 round capacity in these mags, and within the 500 rounds we shot between the 3 mags, we never seen a single failure one on that magazine. So you technically can cut the follower out of them. I would say it would void the warranty on the magazine. But, you know, do as I say, not as I'm doing, or whatever else you want to call it. It worked. So if you all want to do that, just to get a little bit more capacity out of your mags, it worked fine with us. So I don't know why it wouldn't with you all. That being said, the gun overall, it just don't really have a place for me. The way that I'm coming at this is that the 10mm caliber, if you do a pretty hot 10mm, you're looking at 750 to 800 foot-pound of energy. That's pretty hefty, don't get me wrong. If you're looking at subsonic, you're looking about 400 foot-pound of energy. The recoil on this thing, with the decently hot MagTech that we did shoot a little bit of it through, we only shot about 1 box of MagTech, and the rest of it was Southern Bellet, the 500 rounds that Global Ordnance sent to us. But now we did shoot as well a little bit of subsonic 10mm that is more powered down to a 40 cal, and it was a lot more pleasant of a shooting with that watered down 10. But that being said, though, with them stout 10mm that we was shooting with MagTech that's putting out about 650 foot-pound of energy, we was having a decent amount of recoil. It wasn't nothing too severe, and it was still probably less than the Scorpion, but at the same time, it was still a decent amount of recoil. The reason I'm saying this for is that, moving this over to the side, I doubt it will stand. Here is my LMT PDW 300 Blackout SBR. The reason I'm bringing this onto the table is I'm not trying to compare apples to oranges like I think I've got $4,000 in this one, maybe somewhere around that. $4,000 gun to a $1,200 gun, but just the 300 Blackout caliber, because this one here, I can shoot a supersonic 300 Black and get about 1,300 foot-pound of energy, and then if I wanted to with a simple mag change, I can go to subsonic 300 Blackout, and then be pushing about 450 to 500 foot-pound energy, if I'm not mistaken, if my numbers are correct, which I think they are. 200 grain running about 1,050. Yeah, that's putting out about, like I said, 450 to 500 foot-pound of energy. So, in comparison, the 10mm with the 300 black, we have literally 7.75 inch barrel, and this is 8.3 if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. Maybe just straight 8 inch, now that I'm recalling correctly. You can see they're almost exactly the same size. Yes, this one here cannot fold, this one can, but what I'm trying to get at is that for me, if you're looking for a type of rifle that will be better suited for home defense or CQB setup, the 300 black has pretty much made every single other gun, including 9mm, irrelevant to this point. I mean, we have seen a mass change in law enforcement around the country to most of them switching to either a short-barreled 5.56 or a short-barreled 300 black. More 5.56 than 300 black, but 300 black's catching up pretty quick. But the reason I'm saying that for is that we have a very short package with both of these, and that 300 blackout just puts out so much more pressure and can shred through most body armor, especially, you know, level 3A, what most soft armor is. So that being said, 10mm is a great cartridge, and for anybody that thinks I'm hating on the 10, I literally just bought a $7,000 Nighthawk Agent 2 in 10mm, which we'll be reviewing soon, so stay tuned for that one. So if there's any proponent for 10mm, it's me. I absolutely love the 10mm cartridge, but for a PCC, I don't think that this would be the way to go for me, just because of everything else that I have. Now, if you're a diehard 10mm and you've got thousands on thousands on thousands of rounds stacked up with it, I say go ahead and get you a 10mm Grand Power Stribog, because to be honest, this is the best PCC on the market in 10mm. There's not a better PCC one made, to my knowledge. If there is one, I've not seen it. But that being said, it just is not fitting the role for me that I wish it would. Now, if it had a little bit less recoil to it, you know, it would fight a little bit better with that 300 black. But now that 300 black, even with that supersonic that's pushing 1,300 foot-pound of energy, it still has less recoil than this gun right here does. So it's just pretty much a no-brainer for me, especially now. 10mm, you're looking at anywhere between $20 to $25 to $30 per box of 50, so decently high. 300 black supersonic, you're looking at about 50 cents a shot, so $25 per box of 50. So pretty comparable with price. And then on top of that, you're looking at, you know, supersonic with 300 black can get up to, you know, about around 80 cents a shot or 70 cents. Most self-defense ammunition with 10mm can get up to about $1 a shot, so it's pretty comparable across the board. But especially if I'm looking for which gun should I buy for my home defense setup, I would prefer a 300 black over this 10mm. But now, like I said, if you're looking for a great 10mm PCC, I think this one right here is the best way to go. My only cons is that the magazine release kind of sucks. A little bit more recoil than what it should be, I guess you would say. Still manageable, but I wish it still had a little bit less recoil to it. Wish it could change the grip on it. But besides that, though, guys, I'm impressed with it, and I think it is a good PCC. Even though it does not work good for me or for my setup or what I would really want to use it for, that still doesn't mean that it's not a good rifle. And if I wanted to get a 10mm PCC, this would be the one I would get, personally speaking. But at the same time, I'm just not a proponent right now of 10mm PCCs, because 300 black is pretty much the way to go. So guys, I appreciate y'all viewing as always. If you have any questions or comments about the Grand Power Stribog SP10A3, please leave in the comment section below and get back to you as soon as possible. But once again, a very special thank you to Global Ordnance for the 500 rounds of Southern Bellet 10mm ammunition, and the Stribog as well, because without them we would not be able to make this review. So once again, a very special thank you to Global Ordnance, and make sure you use the code in the description below, and you will get a certain percentage back, and you might even give a little bit back to the channel. So guys, appreciate y'all viewing as always. Like and subscribe for more gun reviews, and I'll see y'all in the next video.